Aubrey, Aubrey, Aubrey.
Wow. Aren't we a lively bunch today? My goodness, welcome.
This energy, I love it. Welcome, everyone. I am Linnea Nelson, and welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Orlando. I'm a member of the worship team here. And with me in today's rather exciting service, I think, is our minister, Reverend Margalie Belizaire, Director of Lifespan Religious Enrichment, Judith Stein-Farrall, our Director of Music, Aubrey Connelly-Candelario, and the Chalice Choir, and accompanist Danny Monzon Villegas. We also have our Chalice Lighting family, the Rayfords, Board President Paul Knight, and Membership Committee member Mary DuBois. And let's not forget our teams of wonderful people in the background working diligently to ensure that we come together this morning. So thank you, thank you. Children are invited to remain in the service this week and participate in welcoming our new members. And we greet you this morning, old friends and new ones, as we explore our Unitarian Universalist faith, which draws us into a community of justice seekers with a commitment to lifelong spiritual growth and compassionate service to the community. As a Unitarian Universalist congregation, we are a non-creedal community that does not subscribe to a specific set of beliefs. We live by a covenant that encourages ethical behavior, affirms democracy, celebrates the worth of each individual, and unites us in a search for truth and meaning. And whether today is your first or your 1000th Sunday in our midst, you are welcome here. Whoever you are, whoever you love, you are welcome here. In this community, your whole self is welcome. We welcome your race, national origin, immigration status, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, physical or mental abilities, economic status, or religious background. We welcome you. For more information about our congregation and announcements, go to orlandouu.org or email info@orlandouu.org. And we have a few special announcements today. Today at noon is our congregational meeting. Please enjoy a light lunch in Gore Hall before the meeting. Note that voting is only available for those who are present in person, although you can watch the proceedings online. Now from the green team, they want you to know that up to 1/3 of the world's food is lost or wasted every year. Yet there's an estimated 820 million unnourished people. This coming Welcoming Wednesday, December 6th, Debbie Reinhardt and the green team will be presenting How to Love Our Planet, Food, What a Waste. Please join us in the assembly room for a light dinner and presentation, and all the fun starting at 6 p.m. And from Religious Enrichment, several of us, including me, had a really interesting experience visiting the Markham Woods Seventh-day Adventist Church yesterday. If you have any questions, please reach out to Linnea, Rhonda, Gay, Cindy, or Judith. And while there are surely big differences between the two religions, there is some common ground. Pastor Doug was a lovely host, and we will be hosting him and members of his congregation in return in the new year. If anyone would like to specifically be part of that hosting team, please let Ari know. And the Conversation Corner will not be gathering today due to our congregational meeting, so join us next week when we hope to hear more about the Shepherd's Hope. And now a special announcement from Reverend Kirsten.
Good morning. I'm excited to invite you to join us next Sunday for a day of action. We're coordinating Unitarian Universalists around the state of Florida to collect signatures for the petition to put abortion protection on our state constitution on the ballot next fall to become a part of our state constitution. So there'll be a group of us gathering here after service next week. We'll have lunch over in the assembly room and a brief petition training, but it's really simple. If you've never done it before, this is a great opportunity to try it with a group of friendly people who are excited to do it together. And if you are very experienced, which I know some of you are, we would love to have you join us also. We're coordinating our efforts with other Unitarian Universalists in Boca and Sarasota to collect signatures in needed areas of the state. So after lunch, we'll be going down to South Orlando, Congressional District 9, where signatures are needed. And I'm guessing we'll be done by around 4. So if you are interested, please come talk to me at the welcome table during coffee hour. And you can sign up there or through the link on this slide. So take a picture if you'd like to sign up. Children are welcome. And we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Thank you, Reverend Kirsten and family. All other announcements are going to be on slides before and after the service and have links in the weekly update or on our website. If you would like to follow along with the service, please use our QR code shown in the monitor and on the first few slides. Thanks again for being here in person and online today, and happy holidays.
Please say the words of this special chalice reading for our guest at your table service with me as we light the chalice. This is Out of the Flames by Reverend Sarah Eileen Lawal. Out of the flames of fear, we rise with the courage of our deepest convictions to stand with justice, inclusion, and peace. Out of the flames of scrutiny, we rise to proclaim our faith, with help to heal a fractured and hurting world. Out of the flames of doubt, we rise to embrace the mystery, wonder, and awe of all there is and all that is yet to be. Out of the flames of hate, we rise with the force of love, an open-hearted love that celebrates our shared humanity. Out of the flames, we rise. Please rise in body or spirit and join me in singing our opening hymn, number 151, I Wish I Knew. The words will be projected on the screen. Yes, we'll go to that.
Did you know that Unitarian Universalists have been coming together for decades to support human rights through the Unitarian Universalist Service Committee's Guest at Your Table program? During this special program, UUs of all ages learn more about important issues and the groups, or partner organizations, UUSC works together with to advance human rights. Working with community-based groups like UUSC Partners is a great way to get help directly to folks after disasters like a hurricane, and helps make sure the needs that are most important to communities are being met. UUSC works with more than 50 partner organizations around the globe, together responding to humanitarian crises, gender-based violence, persecution of activists, climate change, and more. Guest at Your Table is a chance to get to know our partners and these issues better through learning the stories of 4 people connected to UUSC partners as if we were sharing a meal together. They are the guests in Guest at Your Table. After getting to know the guests, UU spread the word about human rights and raise much needed funds for UUSC partners. From supporting youth leadership trainings, to amplifying their voices to world leaders, to buying needed supplies after a natural disaster, our partners request our help with all sorts of projects that make a difference in their communities. Through Guest at Your Table, Unitarian Universalists form a mighty web that helps support UUSC partners in their important work. Thank you for helping keep this important tradition going strong and joining us in the Guest at Your Table program.
It is good to be with you this morning, dear ones, as we kick off our participation in the Guest at Your Table program. As you heard from the video, this service is a long-standing tradition of the Unitarian Universalist Service Committee, or UUSC. We're hoping you will fully participate, so more on that a little later, on this beautiful table that we've set up here, and we're not planning on keeping all these here. So, just so you know. And so keeping that in mind, our Guest at Your Table service, I call us to worship with the words of Reverend Julian Jamaica Soto. To be free, you must embrace the breath of your existence without apology, even if they try to take it from you. You must know not that you can do whatever you want. You are not a kudzu vine, eating entire hillsides for the purpose of feeding your own lush life. You must instead know that inside you are an entire universe, milky blue, magenta, and gold expanding. But to actually be free, you must know and you must fight for the entire universes inside of everyone else. Being free is not a license, but a promise. And we have another exciting thing happening today too, because we are welcoming 7 new members to our community. They have been a part of us for some a short while, others a much longer while. Whatever the case may be for each of them, they have recently signed the membership book and are officially 1 new members. We will shortly engage in a ritual to welcome them. So lots of wonderful and special things today. And so to get started, let's greet one another, everyone. Hello, Linnea. How are you back there? I always worry if you're my girlfriend. It is a privilege and an honor to take time this morning to welcome our newest members formally welcome our newest members to the First Unitarian Church of Orlando. Will Mary DuBois with the membership committee please join us?
While 1U has both members and friends meaningfully involved in the life of our community, it is a special joy when someone chooses to make the commitment of formal membership because they believe that they have found their spiritual home.
When someone is interested in membership at 1U, we suggest that they be around long enough to be sure that this is really a commitment that they wish to make. We also ask that they make sure that they understand the basics of both the First Unitarian Church of Orlando and Unitarian Universalism.
Formally, the process of joining involves being at least 18 years old, signing the book of membership, which I should have brought with me so you could see it, and making a financial pledge. The membership is then registered at the next meeting of the Board of Trustees. 30 days following, the person has the right to vote at meetings of the congregation and to hold certain elected office.
This morning, we are honored to welcome into our congregation 7 people. Woo-hoo! Woo! These individuals have walked among us, found our religious community meaningful, nurturing, and challenging, and have decided to become members with full privileges and responsibilities. Got that? We are very blessed to have them join us.
Well, they come to us with a variety of backgrounds. They have lived in different parts of the country. They bring diverse interests and experiences, and some have been involved in Unitarian Universalism elsewhere, and some are new, yet kindred spirits. They have explored spiritually and exercised their conscience. They are passionate and caring and creative, deeply committed to this adventure of life. We welcome them all.
I would also like to invite our board president, Paul Knight, to also join us up here.
And Mary will now call the names. Wait, is that Paul? No, it's me. Mary will now call the names of those who have chosen to be welcomed as members this morning. And will you all, as you are called, please come forward this way, that way. All right?
All right. First on our list, Amy Collins. Emmy. Emmy. Jackie Humphreys. Melinda Rayford. Scott Rayford, also known as Fluffy. There he is. Luke Self. Colleen Wiederhold. And Ray Wiederhold.
My favorite kitten. We got a traffic jam up here. Traffic jam, that's me. Stop, here we go.
Oh. Not yet. Do you, the newest members of the First Unitarian Church of Orlando, accept the challenge of membership? That is to speak the truth in freedom, to search diligently for your own spiritual growing edges, and to love and minister to each other? If yes, say I do.
I do. Hey, Will the Board of Trustees please stand for those that are here today? Will our committee chairs and other leaders of the congregation please stand? That's probably going to be about most of us. Stand up. All right. And those not here, please rise in body or in spirit, and please remain standing. Do you, the leadership of this congregation, accept the challenges new members offer you to create and sustain a structure that represents the worth of every person, that honors the democratic process with access to information and decision-making, that recognizes and celebrates individual differences and seek unity in diversity? If so, please say, "We do." We do.
Will the rest of the congregation rise in body or spirit? And do you, members of this beloved community, accept these newest members into your fellowship? Do you promise to make them welcome, to share with them your insights, your concerns, your hospitality, your resources, and your needs? Will you further celebrate the special talents and resources of these new members, recognizing that change and growth or signs of health, being open to the enrichment of their presence here? If so, please say, "We do."
In recognition of our covenant, let us say together our historic bond of union, which will now be displayed on the screen. Thank you. As a congregation, please read, "We associate ourselves together for the study and practice of morality and religion as interpreted by the noblest lives of humanity, hoping therefore to prove helpful to one another and to promote truth, righteousness, and love in the world." Congregation, please say, "We do." We do.
Blessings to you all, and may you flourish spiritually and find your place in this community. And blessings to all of us, as we will be enriched by what these 7 new members bring to us as they are part of this community. So, if we would just give them a round of applause. Welcome. Go this way or that way?
Time to go to work.
Woohoo!
This is so wonderful to have our new members joining us today, especially so many that have been friends for such a long time. I also want a big shout out here to Mike. Mike, did you do this? Yes. Looks wonderful. Thank you, Mike. Well, the Christmas tree. I think everybody knows the Christmas tree Mike put together for us. I'm supposed to be Rose, but apparently I'm not. But we did coordinate this morning in our attire here. So standing in for Rose because she's singing with our lovely choir in Aubrey today. I would like to invite everyone now into the practice of generosity. It is one of our many spiritual values which sustains our life and ministries of the church community. Let us be grateful for the opportunity to give, for it is a privilege to be able to do so. And let us be grateful for our needs, for our needs give us the opportunity to practice receiving. Our Share the Plate recipient for December is Shepherd's Hope, and a representative from Shepherd's Hope will be here next Sunday to tell us about all the great work that this organization does. At that time, the offering will go to them. This week's collection will go to the ministries of this congregation And please be generous, as the offering will now be collected, and please note that you can also give online. Aubrey? It's always amazing. You guys are wonderful. Okay, where was I? Okay, let us joyfully receive what is offered here today in the spirit of gratitude and fellowship. Thank you.
This is the time we set aside for deep sharing of our hearts and for prayer and meditation. If you have a sorrow that you need witnessed or help with, or a joy that you wish to share, please contribute to our collective sharing of joys and sorrows to be read here during the services on Sundays. You can do so by emailing us during the week at joysandsorrows@orlandouu.org. If you're attending in person, you can fill out a card at the welcome table outside, and our welcomers will make sure that we get it up here. And look at Michael smiling over there, huh? He's one of our welcomers today. And during this part of our service, we also offer you an opportunity to light a silent candle for those things you wish to hold close to the heart. So bring your joys, bring your sorrows as we come together. Come just as you are. Your whole self is welcome here in this sacred space we are creating together. We have a joy from the community here where Wendy and Mike McCleskey celebrated 38 years of marriage on November 30th. And note of gratitude, last night, big thanks for everyone that helped with game night last night. My understanding is that we had 30 adults and 7 children attended. So those of us who weren't here, I think we missed a good time. So don't let that happen again. We also have some sadness to report, some sorrows in our community. So be sure to reach out where you can and send healing energy where you can. Ellen Horn was admitted to the hospital last week due to recurring issues with low sodium levels that had become dangerous. She was, however, discharged on Friday and has returned home. So phone calls, visits are welcomed. We also just received an email, a text actually, that from Jeffrey letting us know that Alex is in the hospital. So she welcomes good thoughts, healing energy. So please send yours. If you can call, at this point I don't know how open they are to visits, but certainly check in and send healing energy their way. From the larger community, we continue, and this is something we'll do every week, we'll continue to hold Orlando in love as the state of Florida continues to need comfort and activism to eradicate hate. And you heard a short while ago, Reverend Kirsten was up here talking about the abortion ballot to be signed. And we also continue to hold our global community in love as continued conflict beset communities around the world. And we continue to pray for those who are right in the middle of what is happening right now in Israel and Gaza. So taking a moment to just think about all of what those people must be going through. And for all the joys and all the sorrows of this community shared today and those held close to the heart, let us pray, let us celebrate, and let us send one another healing energy. And I now invite you into meditative prayer. Close your eyes if that feels good for you, or relax your body a little bit more and open yourself up to hear what resonates with you. This is a prayer by Reverend Dr. Rebecca Savage. Spirit of life, eternal mystery, receive the meditations of our hearts this day. We come to this space with the challenges and sorrows of our lives, ringing our thoughts, all that we have left undone, our relationships that may be frayed or fraught, the pressures of life, work and home, punching our spirits and bringing us down. Things, people, and places that are breaking our hearts. Beyond these walls, there is so much that is outside of our control. Let us leave it there for this moment. Beloved mystery, hold us close and whisper into our hearts that another world is possible. One beyond our imagination that we are building together, one prayer at a time, one hopeful declaration at a time, one act of forgiveness at a time, and grace at a time, one extension of care and compassion at a time. We give over all of our actions to you, sweet mystery, for we know not the impacts of our faithful practices. May we continue to have faith. May we continue to invest ourselves in our faithful practices. May we embrace today the wisdom that love is enough, care is enough, patience is enough, and service is enough. The rest is mystery, and may that too be enough. Amen, and blessed be. You are now invited to come forward and light a candle of remembrance, loving kindness, or hope. Our first candle honors the joys and concerns for those of you who are joining online. And we will light one at the end for all the joys and sorrows that continue to be held close to the heart. So come forward and join in our candle lighting ritual. Sophia's Guest by Becky Brooks. Once upon a time, there was a teacher named Sophia. Sophia had been a teacher in the town where she lived for so long that the kids she first had in her class grew up and had kids of their own and sent them to her class too. Nearly everyone in town knew Sophia and loved her because she was not only an excellent teacher, she was also very kind. One day, when Sophia got to work, she found a note on her desk. The note read, "Dear Sophia, I will be around tomorrow. I wonder if I might stop by your house for tea tomorrow afternoon. Your friend, God." At first, Sophia thought it was a joke, but the more she thought about it, the more she realized that if it was a joke, if it wasn't a very funny one, and she couldn't imagine anyone who would play a joke on her like that. Then she thought, what if it wasn't a joke? What if God was really coming to my house tomorrow afternoon? Sophia thought she should get ready just in case. On her way home from work, she stopped by the store and bought one of those mats, that says, in big letters, "Welcome." When she got home, she cleaned her house from top to bottom. She brought in fresh flowers from the garden and put them in a vase in the living room. She cleaned and cleaned until everything was sparkling. In the morning, Sophia didn't know what God liked to eat, so she baked bread and made a casserole and fruit salad and baked some cookies too. And what about tea? Did God like hot tea or iced tea? She thought she better make both. And what if God's favorite thing in the whole world was lemonade? Well, she thought she should make some of that too. She was nervous. She didn't know what to expect. Just then, there was a knock on the door. Sophia's heart went pat, pat, pat. She took a deep breath, opened the door slowly, and on the other side was the mayor of the town. "Hello, Sophia. I was walking by and smelled the delicious fresh bread, and I thought I should come in." Sophia said, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Come in, come in. I'm expecting a very important visitors you might want to meet. Please come in and make yourself at home." Sophia and the mayor sat having a nice discussion when all of a sudden they heard a knock on the door. Sophia's heart went pat, pat, pat again. She took another deep breath, opened the door slowly, and on the other side was a group of children from her class. "Hello, Miss Sophia. We were walking by and noticed the smell of fresh baked cookies." Sophia said, "I'm so glad you're here. Come in, come in. I'm expecting a very important visitors who you might want to meet. Please come in and help yourself to some cookies." The children were giving the mayor some much-needed advice when there was another knock on the door. Again, Sophia's heart went pat, pat, pat. Deep breath, opened the door. It was the entire Women's Covenant group from church. You know who you are. "Hello, Sophia. We heard the tea kettle and laughter, and we thought you might be having a party." Sophia said, "I am so glad you're here. Come in, come in. I am expecting a very important visitor, and you might want to meet. Please come in and make yourself at home." All afternoon, people stopped by Sophia's house, lured in by the yummy smells and happy sounds. The townspeople filled her house, upstairs and downstairs, and overflowed into the backyard and the front yard. As they got hungry, they made dinner together and ate as the sun set and the moon rose. It was a great party. People were playing games and telling stories and baking and playing music. and talking together. Sophia had such a nice time that she completely forgot about her very important guests. Even as she waved goodbye to her friends at the end of the night, she only felt contentment at having such a lovely party. In the morning, though, Sophia woke up and wondered, and remembered everything and wondered, whatever happened to God? Well, all during her walk to work, she tried to figure out what had happened. Along the way, she smiled and waved at all the people she ran into last night, all the people who were at her party, and she thought to herself that she really should do that sometime again soon. When Sophia arrived at work, she was surprised to find another note on her desk, and it read, "Dear Sophia, I had such a wonderful time yesterday. The bread was delicious, the cookies were divine. Tea mixed with lemonade is my very special favorite. Thank you for being such a wonderful host. I hope we can do this again soon. Love, God." So now a little bit about, I heard you chuckling a little bit. Yes, it was a fun story, and when I first read it, I don't know, I was expecting, when you first read it, the first line, "Open the door." Well, God. I'm like, okay, what does this God figure look like? But anyway, what I love though the most about the story is how it shows that when we are hospitable toward others, we too benefit from it. It becomes a situation where it's not simply you giving, it's you receiving back as well. And to me, that's one of the most meaningful differences between charity work and justice work. The capacity that justice work has to make space for relationships to develop. And that is the work of UUSC and the opportunity that guests at your table, this program offers us at the congregational level. Guests at Your Table is the UUSC, Unitarian Universalist Service Committee's annual intergenerational program to raise support and awareness about critical human rights issues. This year's theme is Pursuing Liberation, and as always, 4 leaders from UUSC partner organizations are highlighted. By participating in our Guests at Your Table celebration, we will hopefully help one another, including the children. And I've really been enjoying the laughter and the noises from our kids today. So we will help one another, including the children and youth among us, nurture lasting connections to UU principles, build awareness about social justice and human rights, and strengthen UUSC's work. So, this program goes back to 1975, and it's modeled after another program in the Netherlands that was brought together to educate its supporters about its work and raise vital funds using colorful boxes that the whole family can contribute. So for our Guest at Your Table program, we have those boxes. They're laying there flat. But we put one together so you know what the final product will look like, right? We have in here, there are brochures. There is a brochure with stories of the 4 highlighted guests, not guesses, my goodness. And there's a membership envelope. So each household will be given one of those packets, right? And so the box is for you to keep at your table and at dinner, at your dinner table, or some other gathering space. It doesn't have to be your dinner table. I mean, it may be your dining room table. Sometimes that is also not your dining room table, your living room table. Sometimes that's the dinner table too, right? So the box is to collect loose change and bills, and at a deeper level, the box serves as an important physical reminder of the work UUSC and our partners are doing to defend human rights around the world. The stories and the brochures, this is a key component of the Guests at Your Table program. And there you will find 4 inspiring stories highlighting the UUSC partners this year. And we encourage you to keep the brochures near the box. And so now here are this year's highlighted members. So we have Ana Lorena Delgadillo, and she supports individuals and families impacted by human rights violations in Mexico and in Central America. We have Lydia Palma, who advocates for the dignity of temporary protected status beneficiaries and an equitable legislative path to permanent residency for TPS holders. We have Sebastiano Pastelicio, who promotes indigenous peoples' rights to self-determination and support work in the Pacific to address climate-forced displacement. He inspires young people to join the work of mitigating the impacts of climate crisis. And so that ties in to, we have Welcoming Wednesday. Our Green Team will be doing some work with us around climate change. And we have Dr. Margaret Amaka Ohaya Nowak, responds to the needs of a diverse mix of Black, African, and Afro-descendants people fleeing Ukraine and staying long-term in Poland, helping them navigate issues of assimilation, racism, citizenship, while building community, providing direct support. May we find their stories of hope inspiring, and we learn a lot from the work of UUSC. And of course, the membership envelope. So today, we're gonna ask for the help of our young folks to distribute these to you. So we're kicking it off today, and we're ending it on Christmas Eve. So on the 24th, you will bring these back. So shortly, we're gonna invite the youth and children of the congregation to come forward and pass out these packets to you with these 3 things. Some of them are already put together, so we may have enough for, and it's for households, okay? We may have enough already put together. If we don't have enough put together, we'll pass out individual pieces of the whole packet. So, as you engage in this program, please read the stories of the partners of this and collect your loose change. And most importantly, remember that USC and our partners are doing all the work that they're doing to defend human rights around the world. So, would our Judith will help there, Renee, you can help as well. So, youth, come forward, and so you can help us pass these around. Oh, come on, where are the youth? Yes. If there's a household that didn't get one, if you would raise your hand. And for those of you who are attending online, we will have these packets in the office, so please stop by and pick up a packet, which includes the box, the brochure, and the membership envelope. And all right. So the story, Sophia's Guest, exemplifies the transformation and liberation possible through the practice of hospitality by finding the divine within and among unexpected guests. So notes UUSC. So, beloveds, may we be transformed as we help transform others by our participation in the Guest at Your Table program. May we be liberated through the practice of generosity. May we find the divine within and among unexpected guests this holiday season. And may we all be so blessed. And now, please rise in body or spirit and join me in singing hymn number 318, We Would Be One. The words will be projected on the screen. Recognize the divine when it appears on our thresholds and gladly offer a place at our tables. May we look to join with all justice seekers, offering welcome, hospitality, and solidarity. Liberation is not the freedom of a few, but the joyful realization of possibility for all. Be blessed, and amen. Beloveds, worship has ended, and now the service truly began. And a couple of things. We have a celebration next door to welcome our new members, and we have our congregational meeting afterwards. So go over, have a meal, and then remember to come back over, right? Don't leave, come back here and participate in the meeting. As for the call to action, I am inviting you to fully engage this program between now and Christmas Eve. Read the flyer, the pamphlet, collect, put all your loose change and bills in here, and bring everything back on Christmas Eve. So, and you know, in the process, if you don't know anything about USC, you will not just learn about the people highlighted there, but you will learn about the wonderful work that that part of our association does. So, we will now extinguish our chalice. This.
Please say these words with me as we extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.